Welcome to the Micronesian Podcast. Welcome to the Micronesian Podcast. This is Patrick, and I have my co-host once again sitting right next to me.
Hello, it's me again.
All right. So before we begin, we have to say apologies again, not because our dogs are going to make noise, but because we don't have an actual studio. We're just podcasting or recording out of our home. But we still feel that it's an important thing to share this information just talk.
Just talk.
Yeah. So what I wanted to talk about, there's another one. I don't know if you remember last time there was an open letter to the FSM president regarding MyCare. And the same author, which is, of course, a friend of mine, also put up another letter. This one is regarding the ConCon. You know what the ConCon is?
It's constitutional convention.
Yeah. So basically, every 10 years, the Constitution, FSM Constitution, gives the citizens a chance every 10 years to vote on whether they want to amend the Constitution or not. And it's put into the vote, the general vote. Last time was 2011. So according to this post, 2011, the majority of the citizens of FSM who voted said they wanted a constitutional convention to review the Constitution, make amendments. And so that was 2011, but there hasn't been one since. So I think that's an important. What do you think?
Oh, so when was that again?
2011.
So 2011. So when will be the next one if we're saying for 10?
I think the next 4-year elections come along. But the point is that there wasn't one when the people voted. They weren't given one.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So that's pretty important, I think. On the same ballot, during that vote was also the dual citizenship, which didn't pass. Didn't pass the last one, but that's another story. But I think this is a pretty important thing. Reading the posts that were posted up there, there's a lot of mixed feelings about it, and I have my own opinions. Everyone has their own. I think it's good that we all share it. One great thing about social media, the average citizen, average person is able to share what's on their mind and share it to a big audience, people that they would not have been able to share, in normal means. So, what do you think we should amend on the Constitution? You don't know? One thing that was brought up was the fishing license fees that are collected, which amount to, like, I think the last recorded amount I saw was 65, 70 million, and that's fishing fees alone from the vessel day scheme that's being done, and that's a lot of money. And it's kind of timely because at the same time I also spoke with somebody from the Immunizations department FSM who said that basically all immunizations in the nation are donated except for BCG, which is the one that's given at birth, and TB, which is the tuberculosis, the PPD shot. But besides those two, everything is basically donated by the CDC, U.S. government. So there is no vaccine that everyone is like the MMR, we got the mumps, we got tetanus, we got typhoid, and we also have the yearly flu shot. That's all being donated by the U.S. CDC, Center for Disease Control. And the question is, okay, so what does FSM pay for? I don't know, because everything is being donated. Now, these are just information that I'm getting from other people. I'm not saying that I'm seeing documents that confirm this, but this is a question to ask, don't you think?
It is. Can we go back to the money? Can I ask you something?
Yeah, sure.
How much was that again?
I think it was 65 million. I'd have to bring up there was I think who did it? I think it was the World Bank. They did.
Is it for the FSM?
Yeah, FSM alone.
FSM alone.
Yeah. So the FSM is part of this group of nations, 8 nations, I think, or 12. It's called the Parties to Nauru Agreement, and there are 8 fishing nations in Micronesia. FSM is part of it. Palau, Marshalls, I think Kiribati is also Uh, I'm not sure. It's there's a bunch of them, and they all regulate fishing in our waters because you know it's been said that we have the last reserve, greatest last reserve of tuna in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So the vessel day scheme is what they use to get the fishing. It's licensed, so they pay to fish every single day. Every single day there's an amount, so that's how they get the amount.
Wow.
Yeah. So and you see a lot of people, and even then we have these guys who are coming in illegally fishing, but that's where they're getting the money from. And also captive insurance is one. We had a couple years back. We had a one-off payment from insurance company from Japan who paid the FSM government $21 million. So, I mean, there's a lot of money coming in. I think that money, I don't know. I cannot really say. I'm just asking. I'm not pointing any fingers, but those, shouldn't it be rerouted or directed to,
that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah. To the priority areas like health.
Mm-hmm.
Because immunizations, if you think about it, and I'm going back to the immunization issue, is that, without immunizations, our hospitals would be logged, backed up because immunizations prevent all those diseases from coming on. That's why you don't see diseases like typhoid, tetanus, because they're being prevented through immunizations.
I mean, we always use health and education as our front priorities, right?
Mm-hmm. They should be. They're supposed to be. They are.
They are. It's everywhere, know. Before everything, they said that, that's my priority to do that and to do that, this and that in education and health.
So, hey, you know what? For this Constitutional Convention, if it does come through, maybe we can revisit those priority areas and maybe say, how can we put money back into those priority areas or focus on those priority areas? Because 2023 is coming along, and as everyone knows, the compact does not end in 2023. Only the economic assistance part. So it has to be renegotiated, or I don't know what happens. We'll see. And that's another question. What's going on with the renegotiations? Is there any? So many questions I have. But we'll just leave it at that. If you're aware of this, if not, hopefully you're aware of it now. And I think the Constitutional Convention goes, they're going to elect people from each state to represent their states to go to that body. So make sure you're aware, ask your elected representatives, and let's make some change. All right? Anything you want to say?
Thank you for listening. Tune in tomorrow for our next podcast. Tomorrow is the Stockist Rebellion Day.
Is it? Oh, all right. We'll talk about that too. Yep. So today, the 22nd of February, 2018. We'll see you later. Thank you for joining us today on the Micronesian Podcast. We hope that you enjoyed yourself today. Please like, share, and visit us again. See you later.